Hello, and welcome to this demo of our Reading the Reader platform that we built as part of our thesis. I'm going to talk you through our app and take you through one full experiment session and give you a demo of all the features that we have built. So on my left is the screen that will be visible to the researcher who is conducting the research, and on my right is the screen that will be visible to the participant who will be doing the experiment. So as we can see, the first thing we need to do is to set up a reading material which the participant can read. To do that, we can go to the material library. And as we can see here, there is none. So I'm just going to click new material. And then we can do a setup. For example, here, I'm just going to say an easy text and easy text. And the title is going to be, this is an easy text. And then markdown could be, we can write a markdown text, for example, like if I say hello, we can see that it supports the title format. But we can also just import the markdown file if we already have one. So I'm just going to do that. And as we can see that this is already here. So we can also preview how it's going to look like. And then there's also like presentation settings. You can select a font and adjust font size and everything before, and this will be a default for this reading material. So if I just click and save, we can see that there's one already. I'm also going to make one more, and just to show that we can also have, for example, in here, if I go to export, this will export a JSON file, which we can just import here. So this one is also this, and this reading material also contains comprehension quiz. And this is basically questions asked to the participant when they have completed the reading, and we can also select the correct answers so we know for later. So this already has this set up, so I'm just going to save it. And then once we have the reading materials, then we can set up experiments. For example, one experiment can have multiple reading materials in it. So now I'm going to create a new template for the experiment. I can give it a name. For example, this could be this, right? We can give it a description, being run by Sachin and Satis for their thesis. And then we can make it ready. And then we can just add these reading materials. And we can select the order ourselves. For example, if I want the easy text to come before the door to hell, I can just do this and then make the order. I can also completely randomize the order, so the system will automatically randomize the order at the start. And then I can save the template. And now that we have the template saved, we can go to home and then see that this is the template that is ready to run. Before starting the experiment, I'm also going to show you the settings, and I'm going to use eye tracker. We can also use mouse to stream the gauges, but since the eye tracker is available now, I'm just going to use the eye tracker. We can also use the face for different webcam-based facial strand, but I'm just going to use eye tracker for now. And there's also calibration. We can use different, for example, here, different points to properly calibrate the eye tracker. And also, like we can turn on and off different reading specific settings from here. Everything is all right for now, so I'm just going to start an experiment. And then, as we can see on the right, this is the view the participant can see. So the participant cannot access anything on the left. The left is specifically made for the researcher. So now I say start, and now it says your session is being prepared. And here you give an option to choose between eye trackers if there are many. Currently, there's only one eye tracker, and we already have a license, so there's no need to upload a license. But if you ever want to override it, you can always upload it from here. I'm going to save it. And then there's also we're able to, for example, if there are any plugins to do decision making, you can select it from here. For now, I'm just going to do manual control. And then we have this eye analyzer service made by Katharina and Srikirti. So we're going to use that. As you can see, this is connected. So apply. And now the participants' information can be entered by either the researcher or the participant themselves. So let's just say we're entering the participants and the participant screen, and it's going to be, yeah, and then we can select some eye condition if there's any, and also what is the level of reading proficiency. And once this is done, we can see on the researcher screen that, okay, this has been done. And now the participant is supposed to do a calibration. Just to verify the eye tracker is actually connected. Yes, it is connected. So now I'm going to open calibration on the participant side because the eye tracker needs to be calibrated to the participant's eye. Start calibration. And here the participant has to follow these points, and then the eye tracker knows that, or at least it calibrates how the eye looked when the participant was looking at a specific point. This way we can get a better quality data. Okay, once the calibration is applied, then we do a little bit of validation to make sure that the calibration was correct. This also gives us a data and accuracy on how accurate the calibration data was. Perfect. Now we can see on the researcher screen that, okay, everything was of good quality. If it was not good quality, researcher can decide to run the whole thing again. So for now, this is good quality, so we can go ahead. So after all this step has been completed, we can start the reading session. And when I click on the start reading session, it will start this on the participant screen. Now the participant is reading, and as we can see that the researcher can see how is the pattern of the reading on the side of the participant. And the analysis is also being done by the external service that we just connected. And this fixation and saccades are also being generated by the an eye analyzer service that was made by Kirti and Katharina. Yeah, so if at any point I, as a researcher, want to apply an intervention, I can select when should it apply. So let's just say immediate, and I will just change the font size, and then we can see that it immediately applies to the participant screen. And there was also the highlighting of the sentence, which the reader was already reading. So the displacement of the words does not affect that much. I can also try with the other interventions, for example, line width, line height, letter spacing, and you can also change the theme from light to dark. Also, like the color palette from sepia or high contrast. Yeah, for the sake of this demo, let's just say the participant has already completed reading this material. So when he does next, and then next again. Now, since the first reading material was completed, and then now there is the comprehension quiz that is going to be taken by the participant. And they can select an answer. And now this is the second reading material that was part of this experiment. And if we remember, we set up this to be the font Robotoflex, which is already here. I'm going to apply some random intervention. Ideally, we will plug in a really smart AI that can figure out how struggling or how good or which type of intervention shall be applied at what time. That is out of scope in this thesis, but we can do it manually. Yeah, and then let's just say he has completed reading. You can just do next, yeah. Once everything is read, this one did not have any creature, so I'm just going to click on Finish Experiment. Yeah, and now once the experiment has been finished, we can just save it, and let's just say success experiment, and then we can save it, so it is saved in our store. We can also download a JSON and download the telemetry, and this way we download a JSON file here, which has all the information of that experiment. And just so that we also have a replay feature, so if I just drag it and then place it down here, I can basically see everything that happened during that experiment. So if I just play it, we can see that, okay, this is what he was doing. He was looking here, all the fixes and saccades and everything. I can also so if I skip it forward, I can see that, okay, this was the quiz he did, okay, and then this was the correct answers and everything. Cool. So that is, so if I go back now, yes, so that is more or less our application. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this demo.